So recently rndThursday made a video titled Why Your Runs Suck. It's a video talking about the time you should spend on each stage in a run and the amount of items you should be getting throughout time. And I do mostly agree with what he has said. He stated that you should be getting at least one item per minute during your runs, which is a pretty good view. It's a decent consistency. It's definitely something that can work for some people, however, there are better ways to go about it. I'll be explaining my strategy for going through my runs. Basically in my runs I do a mix between the 5-minute rule from Woolie and R&D's recent strategy. But instead of going for items per minute, I basically just want to get a certain amount of items within a certain amount of time. So on the first 3 stages, what I like to do is get 3 items as quickly as possible, then hit the teleporter. This ensures that you leave the stage at decent time with a decent amount of items. On the 4th and 5th stages, because of how much more loot is spawned, I like to literally loot basically the entirety of the stages. By that point in the game, you also get money way quicker, so it's worth it to just stay for all the items. In rndThursday's video, he kind of talks about the credit system on how items spawn and how they're spread out. To kind of summarize it, each stage has a set amount of credits, and each interactable on the stage consumes an amount of credits, and it's randomly chosen. So each stage has a set amount of small chests, large chests, any interactable. It has a limit to how many of it can spawn. And the way it's randomly chosen, it's very unlikely that you'd get nothing but a certain type of interactable. The 4th and 5th stages have way more credits than the rest, which is why you want to do the first 3 stages pretty quickly. On top of having more loot, the 4th and 5th stages also have better loot. So if you do the first 3 stages in a timely manner and get a lot of loot on the 4th and 5th stages, you're basically set. Obviously there are some exceptions to my rules of getting 3 items per stage for the first 3. Like obviously if you have a little bit of extra time and that extra money and it's not too far to get another item, just go for it. Cause look, you can get something good like gasoline, just like that. Now, and if I just keep getting the items that are closer to the teleporter, boom, they're gonna help me without costing me too much time due to the money that was gained from the teleporter. Look, I'm already leaving stage 3 at a decent time, and most of my items aren't even super good. When you get really good items, you have the ability to progress it even faster. When you play certain characters that have lacks of movement, you might need to actually plan out where you're going for your chests a little bit better. Like say if you're playing engineer, you might want to grab the chest further from the teleporter first, so that when the teleporter finishes, any items that are near the teleporter you can grab right there. And some will say, depending on the time spent, that you'll get overscaled. Within the first loop of the game, it's actually kinda hard to get overscaled as long as you're not spending too much time on a stage. What people don't account for is the fact that your money converts to XP. Now obviously with the way the time scales, you will eventually start getting outscaled if you're only getting bad items. Which is why you want to get to stage 4 and 5 as quick as possible, because the quality in items upgrades as you go along. Because of the higher credits on stage 4 and 5, that means that there's more chances for large chests, and on top of that, they always spawn green tri-shops. Stage 4 and 5 are where the scaling begins to matter a little bit less, because you have more chances at legendaries, a guaranteed legendary on stage 4, and more money to level up with. Obviously on stage 4 you don't have to loot the entirety of the stage, but you might as well get whatever you can find, as long as you get a decent amount within a reasonable amount of time. Anyways, I hope you guys found this video useful. If you have your own strategy, comment it down below. I'd be glad to hear anybody else's strategies. Anyways, that's the end of the video, and I will see you all later.